Welcome back to Great Day Washington. All right, so these days, everywhere you turn, we're hearing the three letters NFT, which refers to non-fungible tokens. Well, these tokens have spiked in popularity lately due to the celebrities involved and the huge amount of money that's going into the sale of the NFT. So I spoke to entrepreneur and NFT expert Adam Hollander to see what this is all about. All right, Adam, I'm glad you're here. So maybe I can finally understand what NFTs are. You know, we hear so much about it on the news, so let's start with the basics. What is an NFT?
Sure. So imagine that you walk into a museum and you see a beautiful piece of art that's up on the wall. Now, you could pull out your phone and take a photo, or you could go to the gift shop and buy a print, but neither of those would be worth very much. The reason that the painting that's up on the wall is worth what it is because it's the original and you can prove that it's the original. Now, when it comes to digital assets, whether that be a photo or a picture or a music file or a video file, it's traditionally been very difficult to discern the difference between an original asset that is created by, say, an artist or a person or a company, and copies of that asset that you might have thousands or millions of them traveling all over the internet. And the reason for that is that when you right-click and copy and paste a digital file, it is essentially identical to the original asset. That's made it very difficult to value them up until now. With NFTs, you have infallible proof of ownership of a digital asset that is tracked on the blockchain. That means that now when a person or an artist or a company creates a digital piece of art or whatever it may be that they're deciding to distribute, and they give it to you or sell it to you, you can always prove that you are holding an original, authentic asset that came from the original creator, and that is tracked every single time that that asset changes hands subsequently. This has implications for a variety of markets.
Okay, so, you know, I understand with the museum, you got a Picasso or a Van Gogh. Yes, the original has become valuable over time. But people are making NFTs, I feel like, of anything. So where does the value come from? Yes, it's an original, but why should I care what this person created?
Well, so it's a really good point. Not every NFT is valuable or should be valuable. And yes, you can mint NFTs of virtually anything. And that doesn't mean that you should just go and buy it because it's an NFT. Just like any piece of art, just like any collectible in the world, it holds value if other people associate value with it. Mm-hmm. And so, look, there are a lot of people that are making and selling and people that are buying NFTs today purely speculatively because they believe that whatever they buy might be worth more tomorrow. That to me is not a reason to get excited about NFTs. What excites me, and the reason that I've been spending so much of my time and energy in this space, is that a lot of these generative NFT projects are really going beyond the asset itself. The NFTs are acting like membership cards or keys into very exclusive communities. And so if you take Bored Ape Yacht Club as an example, this is one of the most prominent, well-known NFT projects. It's 10,000 pictures of cartoon apes. And each one has different varying traits. They might have a different background color, different fur color, different facial expression, wearing different clothes or different hats. And some are more rare than others. And they started out as just fun collectibles that you could trade around on the blockchain. But what started to happen over the course of the last year is they became exceptionally popular. And now you have celebrities like Jimmy Fallon and Snoop Dogg and Tom Brady and Steph Curry and others that are holding Bored Apes and using them as their avatars, their digital representation of themselves on Instagram and Twitter and otherwise. And so what's happened with this particular community is that because there is static supply, there's only 10,000, and demand has significantly increased because of their popularity, the value has gone up. But the value has gone up not just speculatively or not even just because celebrities are getting involved, but because of the value that the project creators continue to bestow upon the people that are holding these NFTs. And so take as an example, Ape Fest, which was a large event that they held in New York City, physical event, not just in the digital world on the blockchain. And they had Chris Rock do a comedy set. They had the Strokes headline and do a set. They had a party yacht with 1,000 spots that went out, and it was very exclusive to gain access. And the only way that you could participate or attend any of these events was be a holder of the original NFT. And so what we're starting to see is that if you want access to the community and to the networking opportunities of people that are holding the NFTs, if you want the digital and physical benefits that might be bestowed on you as a holder of that particular NFT or that project, then you need to buy into the project. And there are some projects that you can buy into for, $50, $100,
Right.
and they're just starting out, they're nascent. There are others like Bored Ape Yacht Club that now cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy into those particular projects.
It's all so fascinating. I know there's so much more to learn, but you broke it down for us really well, Adam. Thank you for helping us understand this NFT world so much better. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.